Good morning. Today is the 16th of February, and I'll be sharing the devotion from Jesus Calling today by Sarah Young. The scriptures that go with this devotion are Zechariah 2:13, Isaiah 30:15, and 2 Corinthians 12:9. Today it reads, "Thank me for the conditions that are requiring you to be still. Do not spoil these quiet hours by wishing them away, waiting impatiently to be active again. Some of the greatest works of my kingdom have been done from sick beds and prison cells. Instead of resenting the limitations of a weakened body, search for my way in the midst of these very circumstances. Limitations can be liberating when your strongest desire is living close to me. Quietness and trust enhance your awareness of my presence with you. Do not despise these simple ways of serving me. Although you can feel cut off from the activity of the world, your trust makes a powerful statement in spiritual realms. My strength and power show themselves in most effective ways in weakness." I'm a city boy. I'm used to hearing, cars and helicopters and police sirens and fire engines and gunshots and all kinds of crazy stuff. I grew up next to a military base, and so when I say gunshots, I don't just mean gunshots. I mean like assault rifle rounds, tanks, and the walls shaking. Like I'm used to it not being very still around me. In Isaiah 30:15, it says, "For thus saith the Lord God, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength, and you would not." So I think back to a defining moment that I had in my life, which was June of 2013. I had been on drugs for, almost 10 years, and I had never, in that space of time, sat down in stillness and in quietness. Though I believed in God and I had faith and I had a testimony deep in my heart, I hadn't been still in His presence in so long. And then I went to jail, and I was made to be still. And I understand what he says here, that in quietness and confidence shall be your strength, because I developed my confidence in the Lord again. And it wasn't it was powerful, but it wasn't a transforming, day like, a light switch went off and then all of a sudden I was a different person, because change takes time. You have to form new habits, and you have to break old habits, and you have to go through the thick of it so that you get your strength, and you make good decisions and good choices that enable you to access power from on high. You have to, I guess, have those spiritual trust falls. And the cool thing is he always catches you. But I remember sitting in my cell. I had a guy in there. His name was Bodie. He was an older guy. And we talked a lot about the Lord and what He's done for us in our lives. And for the first time in a long time, I picked up my scriptures and I read. And the Lord would have it that the day that I got out of jail, I met my future wife. And one thing, led to another, and we had some discussions about faith and about God, and my testimony was rekindled. Those discussions that we had weren't at a party or anything. They were on the back porch, under the stars, in the quiet stillness of the night. And it was those experiences that paved the way and the path that I'm on now. Sometimes we have to take a time out from the world. And I'm not saying go to jail. saying it. That's what it took me, because I was so active. I had no self-control. I couldn't stop and sit down without doing something else again. And I share that with you because we're not perfect, but we're perfectly loved. And in this age of instant gratification and text message and social media notifications and access to media and news at the touch of a button, and all of that instantaneous information, that can be a distraction. So my challenge to you is to take a deep breath and be still. And like Isaiah says right here, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. And he's actually saying, he started that verse by saying, thus saith the Lord. So the Lord said, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Be quiet. Shh. I hope that you have a day full of peace. Love you guys.